What is good, Neo family? It's Rey-Jay back with another video, and in this one I'm going to be talking about the one and only Neo stock and some very important things you need to be looking out for the future of this company. I'm also going to be doing some in-depth technical analysis to help you understand the price action and what you should be expecting for tomorrow and the short-term future. I'm also going to talk about the inflationary data that just came out and what does this mean for Neo and the market going forward, and how the Fed is probably going to be responding very soon. I also have some major pieces of news coming out as it has been announced that Neo has a new sub-brand that's going to be launching very soon. That makes me super bullish, alongside what they put on their Twitter page. That makes me even more excited as Neo is getting more exposure. It's very awesome news. Now, before I talk about what's going on with Neo, before I talk about the Twitter page or what's going on with the price action, I do have to mention some very important things first before I get started. The first thing is I'm not a financial planner, so please do not take this as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. It not only benefits me, but it benefits the entire Neo community as a whole. And the last thing is, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link down below and in the description. If you do sign up for Moomoo and deposit $100, you're not only going to qualify for up to 5 free stocks, each with up to $3,500, but you're also going to have the opportunity to win up to $200,000 as Moomoo is giving away 200 grand for the new year. So if you want your chance, guys, please check it out. And with that out of the way, let's get on with the video. So looking at Neo, guys, we can see something very interesting. So Neo had actually a red day, but the entire market was in the red, so please don't just blame Neo for it. So let's look at the one-day chart, guys, and this is absolutely crazy. So Neo started off at $21 flat, it ran up to 26.41, then after that it started dropping and dropping. Well, if you think that Neo is going crazy, look at this right here. Look at the SPY, the S&P 500. It goes up, then it drops pretty hard. Okay, look at Tesla. It ran up very similarly, then it dropped really hard. Okay, look at AMC. This thing ran up pretty hard, and then after that it dropped. So my point is, the entire market did this. The entire market responded in a very similar manner. And that's because of the fact that it does look like there's a trap right here, right? These big institutions, the market makers, they trapped a lot of people into buying calls and thinking the stocks were about to explode. Then they ended up dropping in the opposite direction. So we are seeing that trap. But the thing about that is there's other pieces of news that are actually contributing to this happening the way it did. So before I go into more detail about technicals, look at this first. Guys, inflation is going through the roof. The January CPI data came out and showed 7.5% was the annual gain. 7.5% inflation for January. That's a 40-year high. That is crazy. So to give you guys some context, inflation is supposed to be at 2 to 2.5%. Now, we expected it to be 7.3%. We wanted it to be below 7%. It ended up being 7.5%. Like I said, absolutely crazy. So as a response to that, guys, this man right over here, his name is James Bullard. He's the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis president. So this man that works for the Fed, he stated that he's prepared and he wants interest rates to be hiked by 1% by July 1st. So why are interest rates going to hurt the market? That's because when interest rates go up, guys, the cost to borrow money in America starts to go higher. It slows down our economy essentially. And as a result of that, bonds are going to be more enticing and individual stocks are going to be less enticing. So because of news like this, guys, the market took a bit of a hit. I also think that there was a lot of shorting going on. There was a lot of trickery that was going on because the entire market kind of like ran the same as if we're in the Matrix or something. So as a result, Neo got caught in this mess. And it does look like we're going to continue like this going into tomorrow based off these technical analysis. Now, the thing is, guys, even though I am a little bit more bearish going into the future for Neo for the short term, I'm super bullish for the long term. So don't forget that. But for the short term, I am a little bit more bearish because of what's going out, but it's not Neo's fault. They did nothing wrong to cause it. So let's look at the 6-month chart, right? Looking at the way Neo is looking, we have the 2-hour candles. I want to show you guys this. We were on this downward trend, okay? Then we started breaking out of it. Neo was about to break out, but then we started to dip a little bit because we had this gap right here. Let me zoom as much as I can. Do you guys see the gap right here where my cursor is? There's this big gap between, I would say, the 25 and that's around the 24, the high $24 range. So as you guys can see, the gap needs to be filled. Neo currently is at 25.35. So we haven't even filled the gap yet. We're currently down 2.87%. We haven't filled it yet. So I do expect us to fill it tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised if we went to 24, maybe the high $24 level, maybe a little bit lower. We could go as low as 24.50, maybe the 24 flat. So that's where I see Neo going. Now, if that's not convincing enough, guys, look at some other technical indicators that are showing this, right? We did trade below many of the moving averages. We have the MACD, we have the RSI. They're all showing very, very similar things. Now, NEO was on this upward trend, but it does look like the MACD is about to flip with the 9-day moving average. We're seeing RSI drop a little bit, guys, to 56.67. So that doesn't mean that NEO is going to just crash really, really hard and it's over. This just means that we're temporarily going to drop a little bit. And it does look like we may end up treating this the what is this, the 20 MA, the 20 moving average, as our support. So this is where we may end up dropping to. That's where I see us, the $24 level. We may end up dropping a little bit below it, so maybe we could go as low as 24 flat. So I wanted to prepare you guys for that. Now, before you guys throw hands and say, oh no, NEO is going to drop, I'm still super bullish for the future of this company. Very, very bullish. So one important data is the fact that we have this right here. Earnings is coming out on the 7th of March. I just want to inform you guys now. I'm going to talk a little bit more about this in the future, but the big piece of news is this right here. It was reported that NEO is said to have launched a new sub-brand model planned with an annual capacity of 60,000 units. Once again, we have a new sub-brand that's coming out. At least this is what reports are showing, but we don't know too much about it yet. They're kind of keeping it a secret, but this is what they're going to be using to expanding to other parts of China as shown in this report. And that's going to be very awesome, guys, because it's going to be probably a smaller SUV. I think it's supposed to like model the existing SUV and sedan models. I'm not even sure about what exactly it's going to be, but basically reports are saying that it's going to have a capacity of 60,000 units very, very soon, and it's going to be helped. It's going to help bring NEO and the market to smaller cities and rural areas in China. Once again, expanding their business, helping them gain even more revenue. It's a very, very bullish piece of news. Now, we don't know too much about it though. They're keeping it kind of a secret. So maybe we're going to see some more news about it in the upcoming months. And the nickname for it is, I believe, Gemini is what they're trying to say. So I don't know, guys, what's going to be the new sub brand? I don't truly know yet, but this is going to be very, very bullish news. You guys have to be looking out for it. And we are seeing that we're going to see more news coming out in the upcoming months, maybe by Q2. So I can't wait, guys. It's going to be very, very huge. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up, guys, is because NEO is getting more exposure and they're crushing it. They're absolutely killing it. So don't just look at the share price and think it's a bad company. It's a fantastic company. Now, look at this right here. The last thing I'm going to report is the fact that look at all the details on NEO's EP9. Okay, they're going to be in Forza Horizon 5, once again, giving them more exposure, helping more people learn about the company. It's very, very awesome news, in my opinion. I can't wait for what the future holds, and I'm still bullish, very, very bullish for the long term future. So, anyways, even though NEO may have dropped, and even though I do expect it, or I wouldn't be surprised if we did drop a little bit more tomorrow, maybe even early for next week, I do see us kind of rebounding for next week. But for the long term future, I see a huge, huge, huge bullish run, guys. I'm very, very excited. I still see us rallying this year, guys. I think small to mid cap stocks got destroyed, and I wouldn't be surprised if NEO ended up running to very, very high numbers relatively soon. So for the future, I'm very, very bullish. For the short term, I am a little bit more bearish because of the overall market, because of inflation and the Fed. Other factors out there are, in my opinion, going to be bringing NEO a little bit more down, but I'm not losing faith. So that's what I have for this one. I hope each and every one of you found value in this video, and I wish each and every one of you the best. So I thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next one. NEO to the moon, and peace out.